various events, some of the highlights are Student Science Village, face-to-face with new frontiers of science and technology, science through games and toys, Students Innovation Festival, Space Hackathon, Vigyanika, Science Literature Festival, State S&T Ministers Center and State's S&T Secretaries and Officials Conclave, IISF Challenge, Education for Aspiring India, National Science Teachers Workshop, Young Scientist Conference, New Age Technology Show, National Social Organizations and Institutions Meet Science, Technology and Innovation Exhibition, S&T Media and Communicators Conclave, Women Scientists and Entrepreneurs Conclave. So get ready for an unforgettable journey into the world of Indian science, technology and innovation. Be part of this historic movement. Explore, learn and embrace the magic of science at the India International Science Festival. Visit our website at www.scienceindiafest.org for more details.
Government of India, Professor Ajay Sood, Secretary Science and Technology, Dr. Abhay Kanedkar, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, Secretary Biotechnology, Secretary Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. M. Ravichandran, Dr. Sudhir, Ms. Dhanalakshmi, members of the fraternity, all the eminent scientists and officials of the ministry, and dear friends from the media. I think at the outset I have to congratulate the organizers for having very beautifully planned out this 9th India International Festival, India International Festival of Science or Science Festival, that have traversed the journey of 9 years in a very consistent and a very glorious manner. Now, as was being mentioned by the Principal Scientific Advisor, it is indeed an outreach festival. So in order to avoid any confusion, it's not a very deep academics happening, but I think equally important is to reach out to those for whom the entire scientific ventures are meant for. And if the ultimate objective of science, the innovation, the technology is to bring ease of living the life of a common man, I think that's equally important, rather more important than actually conducting research in the laboratory. That we have a number of success stories, as was being mentioned by Professor Sood, some of which are actually being celebrated globally. The success stories emanating from India, but receiving a worldwide applause and acclamation. For example, the Chandrayaan, for example, the vaccine. And there are scientific reasons for that too, which we need to understand and want to make people understand, because that also gives a certain amount of confidence in our capabilities, in our capacities. When the world celebrates Chandrayaan, it celebrates because it has for the first time demonstrated the enormous potential that possibly lay dormant, but which is there in the Indian brains. Once that enabling milieu was provided, this unlocking of space happened. There was a free flow of private participants and a free partnership, both knowledge-wise, financially. We had a quantum jump, which Professor Sood was referring to. And I think the best evidence of this is that we started off much later than some of the other countries, like the then Soviet Union and the United States, when they were on the verge of landing on the surface of the moon, we were actually beginning with a project in a very primitive manner, carrying our baggage of the carriage of a life bicycle. But once given an opportunity, they landed a human being on the surface of the moon in the year 1969, but it was our Chandrayaan which went on later and carried and brought home the evidence of the presence of H2O molecules. And for the first time, gave you a thought of the semblance of human habitat being possible or not being possible on the surface of the moon. So all those fairy tales which you heard from the grandmother about what kind of people would be living on the moon, what would be their color, creed, and what fairy tales about the fairies dancing. So for the first time, there was an Indian mission which prompted the scientific world to find scientific answers to these grandmother stories. So that is what has given India a gift. Like secondly, vaccine. I know how many of us have realized what is important of the vaccine story is that India is not a country very seriously known for protective health. We don't even care for therapeutic health. If someone falls sick, he waits for 3-4 days to get one shot. Otherwise, he would wait for his mother's blessings. The outcome would depend on the Pishla Janma ka karma and whatever.
That science, technology, innovation have been made an essential part of the sectoral development, and with the ultimate objective of bringing ease of living in the life of a common man. And if that be so, I think it's equally important to have such public outreach programs where we could make each and every citizen of India, last man on the last queue, aware of whatever has been made possible to make his life more comfortable, more easy, so that he is aware of it. And the festival like this, the 4-day is in a manner an endeavor in that direction. At the same time also an occasion to motivate the young mind, the youngsters, the adolescents to take up research, innovation as a part of nation building process.